Hi and welcome back to the Citizen channel. We're all staying safe and well. And our third and final during this World Cup break, our third and final little quiz on City's season so far, City's 22-23 season. You have to cast your mind back and remember what's happening with the boys. And of course, the World Cup's going on. As I'm recording this, it's not even started yet, but obviously we'll be well into it by the time this appears on your YouTube, etc. So please join me. A bit of fun, play with your friends, play with your family, play on your own. Doesn't matter. You can do it in your own time, or you can pause it and stuff like that. Just a bit of fun. 10 questions, 16 points up for grabs. So there's some multi-answer questions as well. So enjoy it. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. It'd be great to have you on board. Spread the word. All things City, past, present, and forever, including some informative information, some history stuff as well, and some entertainment, hopefully, which is what this aims to be. So, yeah, hope you enjoy it anyway. And please, if you do, and just give us a thumbs up, guys. It's nice to get views. It's nice to get thumbs ups as well. Much appreciated. Right, quiz number 3. Let's have a go at this one. Let's see how you done with the other two. I think the first one was 16 points as well. I think the second one was 14. So. We're maximum of 30 if you're doing this now, the third one. Let's see how many you can get out of a total of 46 out of the 3 quizzes. And yeah, let me know that as well at the end. Let me know what you scored this one and how you did in total. That'd be interesting. Right, question 1 of this quiz number 3. As I said, pause it if you want to have a think. In a match away at Anfield, yeah, bit of fun this first one, bit of fun. Anfield, Pep had to dodge a few things thrown at him, wasn't he? He was getting, they missed apparently, but he had to dodge some. But what was said to be thrown at him by the fans at Anfield? Was it lemons, because they're a bit bitter, aren't they? Scousers, bitter lemons. Was it car wheels, because we know they like to sort of take a few of them, don't they? Was it Copperberg bottles? They're very handy throwing them at things, aren't they? We know that. Or was it coins? So there you go. 1 of 4. You've got a multi. Yeah, I give you the Which one is it? Which one of those 4? I know it's a hard one to do. Bitter lemons, car wheels, Copperberg bottles, or coins. Which one was it? It's just a bit of fun, that one. Bit of fun. I'm sure Liverpool fans appreciate it. Not that they'll be doing this quiz, that's for sure. Well, they're making comments about it, because they always do. Question 2. Yes, a planned game, which would have been very, very interesting, at Arsenal in mid-October, was postponed, but generally, for what reason? I don't need specific. As long as there's certain words used in the answer, I'll give you the point. But a planned game at Arsenal in mid-October was postponed for what reason? That's question 2. Have a think of that one. So you have to pause this if you want to have a think on that one. Question 3, yeah, this is a team we played, a Premier League team, so I'll give you that clue, although apart from Champions League teams, only, we haven't, yeah, it was Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, wasn't it? So it's part of a badge of a Premier League team, but which team is it? There, so if you know your badges, you'll suss that one out quite quickly, and the colours might help as well. So it's part of a badge of which Premier League team that we've already played this season. Question 3. Question 4. In a hard-fought win at the King Power versus Leicester City, we won by a solitary goal, of course. But who scored the goal? Who scored the goal against Leicester in that 1-0 victory at the King Power? So I've been there. I've been there twice this season. There's a treat. Not the most scenic place to go, is it? But hey, no offence there. Question 5, yes. Oh, we got a bonus question here because yeah, I thought I did 10. I must have done 11 for this one. Question 5, spot the ball. We've got Mr. Grealish in action in the aforementioned Leicester game, but where's the ball? So it's 11. Yeah, there's 11 questions for this one, guy. My fault. I thought I'd only done 10 in this last lot, but I must have done a spare one as well because I've just spotted another extra question. So 11 questions in this one. So where's the ball? Is it A, B, C, or D? There you go. It's not always the obvious place, is it? Right, question 6. Since you've played 21 competitive games so far, and I've finished 2 of them games with 10 men, so we've had a player sent off. So Which games was it, and which players were sent off? So there's 4 points up for grabs with this one. So which games and which players were sent off? So 4 points. So we've played 21 competitive games. We finished 2 of them with just 10 men. So which games were they? I'll give you the scores, but I don't necessarily want them. Just tell us the game and who got sent off. So there's your 4 points. Question 7. Who's missing from this City 11 that started in the Carabao Cup against Chelsea? So there's the full team list there. There's a couple of names blanked out. Who is it? Who started against Chelsea that's been blanked out? Question 7. Question 8. Yes, a depressing defeat to Brentford, wasn't it? But that was actually City's 500th game at the Etihad. So that's the 500th time we played at the Etihad. But we didn't win this one. But how many of that 500 did we actually win? Now, I'll give you multiple choices for this, so you can have a guess, of course. So that's our 500th game against Brentford. We didn't win that one. But how many of the 500 games at the Etihad have we actually won? Is it 320, 340, 360, or 380? So how many of the 500s? So don't forget, we went there back in 2003-04, didn't we? So we weren't the best of teams then, so we must have had a few draws and defeats. Of course, the last few years have been a bit more successful. 320, 340, 360, or 380 out of 500. Question 9. There we go. Now I'm going to leave us an image on the screen now for you to look at. It's images of the match against Brentford. And then I'm going to ask you 2 questions. So study the pictures, study what's on the pictures, and then I'll ask you 2 questions for 2 points once you have a look at it. So again, you can pause it now if you want to give yourself a little bit of extra time. I'll leave it up there, keep leaving it up there for a minute for you. Study those pictures. Not too hard. There's not a lot going on in the pictures. There's not many things going on, so it shouldn't be too bad, right? So I'll take it down and then ask you 2 questions. So I'll take it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's gone. Yes, so here's the 2 questions. Don't go back and cheat now and look again. Right, question 1, how many balls are visible in the images? And question 2, how many times does Phil Foden appear in the images? There you go. So not that hard, but I'd be interested to see how you get on with that one. Question 9. Question 10. Yeah, as we broke for the World Cup, how many City players went to the World Cup with their national team? So it's been well publicised, so you probably know it. I'll give you options anyway. How many actual City players in the current squad went to the World Cup with their national teams? Was it 16, 17 or 18? There, I'll give you a multiple choice if you're not too sure, so it gives you a clue. And as I said, yeah, an extra little bonus question, let's say. Question 11 with this one, and quite relevant to recently. Yes, with Haaland, of course, not at the World Cup, not like the guys above. With Haaland not at the World Cup, which local club to the Greater Manchester area cheekily asked to take him on loan while he wasn't at the World Cup? So who was it? What was the team's name? Obviously, it's something, but yeah. So yeah, I want both words really. So which team was it? Can you remember? I know it's one of those things. Oh God, yeah, who was it like that? But for a point, who was it? Cheekily asked to take Haaland on loan while the World Cup was on. All right, let's go back to this top. Let's go back to this one. So, quiz 3. Yeah, I think it's still 16 points. As I said, 11 questions, 16 points. As I said, I was a bit confused because I added one and I forgot I'd added it. And my screen hadn't gone down and created another number. So we got 11 questions this time. Right, here we go. The first one, bit of fun. In a match away at Anfield, Pep had to dodge a few things, didn't he? It wasn't lemons that were thrown, as in bitter. Car wheels, certainly not. They probably wouldn't have the strength to throw them on the pitch. Coppermill bottles, probably likely. That's if they could smuggle a few in. I mean, obviously they were probably safe for the coach. Or coins, and of course it was coins, wasn't it, guys? It was. I'm sure they weren't pound coins, that's for sure. And the Scout probably penny pieces or something like that, knowing that lot. But there you go. So if you said coins, give yourself a point. Question 2: a planned game at Arsenal in mid-October was postponed for what reason? So if you said because Arsenal had to play Europa League Cup tie, or because that was given priority. Obviously, the Europa League, UEFA takes priority over the Premier League, although it's let's face it, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup anyway, isn't it, the Europa League? But it still takes priority, unfortunately. So it was cancelled because of that. Yeah, you might have been confused, and obviously with Her Majesty the Queen passing away, but obviously that wasn't that game. That was the, I think that was the Spurs game, wasn't it, at home? Was cancelled for that. So if it said Spurs, my apologies. Bit of, not a trick question, but close enough. But if you said Arsenal because of the Europa League priority, fair enough, or any machination of that. Question 3, part of the badge. Yeah, I mean, it's part of the old gull, is it? I was going to say seagull then, but there's no such thing as a seagull. They're just called gulls. They happen to be at the seaside, although they are nicknamed the seagulls, but it doesn't exist. There's no such thing. So part of the badge, of course, that's Brighton and Hove Albion, is it? With the colours probably give it away as well, the blue and white. Question 4. Hard-fought win at the King Power, of course, and it was a wonderful free kick, wasn't it, by Kevin De Bruyne. That was the difference between the teams. So if you had said Kevin De Bruyne, you will give yourself a point for that one. Question 4, spot the ball. Yeah, so yeah, I think that was probably one of the easier ones. Sometimes one of the guys certainly isn't looking where the ball is, and that's usually the what happens with these. You sort of, they're not, they're looking where you don't think it is. It's odd, but the answer's D for this anyway. Spot the ball. So if you said D, give yourself a point. Question 5. City have played 21 competitive games so far and finished 2 of them with 10 men, of course. So which were the two games and which were the 2 players? Well, of course, it was Sergio Gomez in Copenhagen, wasn't it? The 0-0 draw over there. So if you said, excuse me, Gomez and Copenhagen, give yourself a point each or 2 points for both. And, of course, João Cancelo against Fulham in the 2-1 victory against Fulham. So if you said Fulham and João Cancelo, that's your another 2 points for that, and 4 points in total if you got all 4. So that was 5. Sorry, that was question 6, wasn't it? Yes, so my apologies. I'm getting all mixed up. Spot the ball one was question 5. That was question 6. Question 7, who's missing from the City 11 that started in the Carabao Cup versus Chelsea? Well, yeah, it was our 2 centre-backs. I made it nice and easy, a couple there. And, of course, the centre-backs that day were Diaz and Laporte. So Diaz and Laporte, if you said that, give yourself 2 points. If you only got one of them, give yourself 1 point. It's no good putting all 5 down. That was cheating. So if you've done that, give yourself nothing. Diaz and Laporte, 2 points for them. Question 8, the defeat to Brentford was City's 500th game at the Etihad. Yeah, so we didn't win that one, but how many of the other 499 did we win? Well, yes, it was 340. So if you said 340, that's 68% of that 500 have been wins. So 68%, not bad, just under 2/3, of course. Over 2/3, but just under, of course, 3/4, isn't it? So 68%, 340, give yourself a point for that. Question 9. And studying those images against Brentford, yeah, ask you 2 questions. How many balls were there, and how many times does Phil Foden appear? Well, there's just 2 balls in the pictures, just 2, as in footballs. I don't, I know some of you lot out there, but as in footballs, 2 balls, of course, that's what I meant. And Phil Foden features 3 times. Yeah, one of them you might have missed one of them because he's got his back turned to us, but it still counts. So Foden featured 3 times. Question 10. As we broke for the World Cup, how many City players went to the World Cup with their national team? I'm not going to name them all. I can't be bothered doing that. But yeah, it's been well known. I think the second most is 14, isn't it, with United? But City's was 16. So if you said 16, give yourself a point. And question 11, a little bonus one that confused all my questions and stuff because I didn't realise I had a bonus question because there's some of an error. Haaland, of course, not at the World Cup. So which local non-league football team cheekily asked to take him on loan? Well, of course, that was, if he'd said Ashton, yeah, all right, give yourself a point. But it was Ashton United FC, Ashton United. So give yourself a point if he said that. So, yeah, a bit of publicity for him. But they sort of dragged it on and did a couple of things after it. It's not as funny, it's not really as funny afterwards. It's, just that, leave it at the first one, guys. It loses its humour after a while. So Ashton United. So there you go, guys. I think 11 questions. As I said, I got all confused with that one because I my old system didn't move a question down, so I ended up with 2 question 4s or 5s, I think, at some stage. So sorry for the confusion, but I hope you've sorted that out. It's just a bit of fun anyway. I'm not Bamba Gascoigne, am I? Or is it Paxman now? Is it Pax? Oh, how old I am, doesn't it? Bamba Gascoigne. Paxman. I'm not Paxman, am I? So my apologies. Hope you enjoyed it anyway. Let me know what scores you got, and please, if you've done all 3, please let me know your scores. If you've not done any of the other 2 yet, go back and have a look at them. They'll be in the links below. And of course, check out all my stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Please, until we meet again, only ask one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Bye for now.